Welcome back to Unseen Sport TV, people. And today we want to talk about revolutionizing our ways we can fix our grassroots program in Jamaica. All right, so we'll give you more information after this a small, intro break. Well, welcome back to Unseen Sports again. My name is Coach Javon Parchment, and today I want to touch on a topic that recently surfaced on my mind based on research, based on being involved in a program, a coaching program, and just learning and looking at the issues that we face in Jamaica when it come on to the sports soccer. Some vital things need to fix if we consider bring to push and build talents to the international market. It is very important that we try to fix these issues. So the question I want to ask you guys in the comment section is how can we fix the quality of our young players in Jamaica? What are some of the things our governing body can put in place? Do coaches play a vital role in player development? Let's go again. How can we fix the quality of our young players in Jamaica? How can we fix the quality of our young players in Jamaica? And that's the first question to persons in the comment section. I want you to drop your answer in the comment. And once again, big up on yourself. You know, we have to give God thanks for a lot of things. We have life and we are here and we can come on this platform and try to educate people, try to be a change and try to make changes in whatever we do. All right, people. All right. So the first question is how can we how can we fix or improve, fix the quality, all right, the quality of blessings, D'Angelo Anderson, big up yourself. How can we fix the quality of our our young players in Jamaica? All right. All right. I want you guys to put out your ideas and I'll put out mine as well. But let me put out mine first. So the first thing we have to do is to fix the coaching. All right. Fix our coaching. A coach cannot teach what he don't know. So a coach cannot teach. So fixed coaching is the first one. Fixed coaching, I think, is the first one. Fix the coaching first. And then once you fix coaching, so let's put it up right here so you guys can see it. So the first one is to fix coaching. All right. So I'm gonna type it here. Fix. So the question is, how can we fix quality of our young players in Jamaica? How can we fix the quality of our young football players in Jamaica? So that's the question. So that's the question. And my answer is first one is to fix coaching. All right. So let's elaborate on fixed coaching. All right. So fixed coaching, fixed coaching, or improve coaching, or better coaching comes with educating coaching. So we need to. So let us elaborate on the coaching part. So we need to what? What do we need to do? We need to implement. So it go back to the federation. The federation needs to implement what? Implement coaching courses, coaching education courses. All right, coaching education courses. So the JFF need to coaching education courses. All right, this is important. All right, so once they implement those, then the coaches can get the proper learning that they need. Right, right. People, please to like, subscribe, and share to the content. I want you guys to boost this channel. This channel is going to be, uh, things will be changing. Things that we'll put out is going to be more of educating and so on the people. So I want you guys to share the live to as much people as possible, and see if we can educate our fans about football. Persons who wants to become a part of coaching in Jamaica are the change. Not only coaching changes, the youths, right? It's also parenting is a factor as well. You understand me? Parenting is a factor as well that can help to improve the talent or the young person in football. All right, so let's look at coaching first. Coaching is a big one. So looking at coaching first. All right. So coaching. Once the governing body put something in place for coaching educators so that they can teach coaches at the grassroots level. And grassroots doesn't mean at under 9, under 10, It means grassroots means competition that are not elite competitions. All right? Competition that are not elite competitions. Yeah, that's what grassroots mean in my estimation. Competition that are not elite competition. So in Jamaica, we would say that the schoolboy football is an elite competition. In outside of Jamaica, it's not. But in Jamaica, they would classify the schoolboy football as an elite competition. Yeah. All right. Well, under 13s, under 9, on that are grassroots development, under 8, coming up grassroots development. So fixing coaching education, fixing coaching education courses is number one. All right. Infrastructure is a part of it, but not the biggest. It's not the biggest factor. It's not the biggest factor. It's not the biggest factor. Because infrastructure don't stop a player from learning the correct technique. Yeah, infrastructure don't stop the player. You can put upon a concrete, you can teach a boy how to pass, control. Yeah, upon the concrete. And which part of him foot for use and kick the ball. Yes. It's only mean that he needs to put on one different shoes. He can put on studs or whatever. Think about it. Just think about it. The proper individual technique that a player need. Yeah. All right. Now listen to this now, Shavan. If you want to improve a player, if you want to improve your team, you need to improve the players' what? Individual capability. Yeah? If you want to improve your team, you need to improve an individual capability. Think about it. If you want to improve your team, you need to improve each individual weaknesses and strengths. All right, Tamaran. I want to tell me if I talk foolishness. Then I want to just listen. And then you understand me? Question what me I say. Then look into it. You understand what I mean? Today, education class. We are educate each other. Yeah? And I want to play a part. I want to ask questions. You understand what I mean, people? Drop on the comment me here now about 9 minutes gone, not the life, people. Hold on. Hold on a little bit. I never do something I'm supposed to do from early out. I just hold on a little bit. Um, Hold on, people. So start back up, people. Don't worry yourself. I want to take the time out to big up my sponsor, Maker, where you can find them on IG at Maker underscore. We're on their website, www.makerware.com. Also, Extra Jamaica at Mall Plaza. Go and get your merchandise, your bags, your eyeglass, and your jewelries. Yeah, man, bracelet, all different things. Stainless steel, fashion design, anything you want, you can go over there. Mall Plaza, Extras Jamaica. Big up on yourself, people. Cosmo, one link, you know, go already. Big up. Hold on, the people. Let's give me a second. Let me try to fix this thing here. All right. Save. Cool. Boom. Customize. Subscriber. 1 minute. All right. Gucci. So that's fixed. All right. That's fixed. So Shaban Pierre, coaching is the big factor, and infrastructure is a factor when you reach to the level of what? Assessment. Because when the players go on the field to play a game, that's really is what? Assessment. And that's where we as fans assess the player. But if we don't fix the individual player capability, how we make a comment delete? How did I do that? Oh, how that? Subscribe. So Shaban never subscribe. That's your comment delete. No, you're not looking at the. It's not improved coaching by not being biased, Bridget. Mr. United, you're not look at the main factor, Mr. United. Oh, sorry, bro. Sorry. But you don't have to put it on because a lot of people watching the channel but they're not subscribing. So, we have to try to force them and I'll look away. You know the way. Anyway, so when you so we can improve coaching by not being biased. That's not the big problem, Mr. United. Come on. We are a tertiary institution with now. Unseen sports college with now. You understand? I am sure sports college, with now. You understand me? We are the high level college now, we are the building. High level college, Yeah, big college. Right? They are Manchester United college. No. I take it from this. We are carry out the better college. The better college. Jamaica college. We are carry them college. Them college are big college. Not true, Shaban. Anyway, so reach improving the individual player's capability. So a coach need to learn how to what? How to plan a session. So a coach need to learn how to plan a session. Yeah? How to plan a session is very important for coaches. Drop the link. All right, I'm gonna drop the link, man. I'm to you. Link drop, You can jump on. So Steroid Roach said, you need to communicate with Speed to see his plans to revitalize football in Jamaica. Mm-hmm. I'm gonna do. But to them just a brush pan. I'm just brushing on. Um, I'm just brushing on. I'm just brushing on the base of these topics. And tomorrow school, right? Tomorrow evening when I come from school. No, putting in place the academies. Well, I know man, that are the implementation of the governing body to educate persons to start an academy or put one in themselves. But even though you have an academy, D'Angelo Anderson or John PL fan, if the coaches in that academy cannot coach properly, right, cannot plan their sessions properly, cannot administer those sessions properly, we are in deep problem. For example, not saying look at Mount Pleasant and ask yourself if Mount Pleasant is really doing a good job in terms of development of football players in Jamaica. Ask yourself the question. Ask yourself the question. Not this is not belittling anybody or whatever. It's just the hard facts. And when you see when we want to develop something, some people are gonna feel hurt. You get, I mean, I say some people are gonna feel hurt and some people are gonna feel bad. But look at the young players. Look at the grassroots players. Can these players matriculate overseas into the bigger football eras? Ask yourself. D'Angelo Anderson, ask yourself these questions. This is very important. Ask yourself. Yeah? I'm unpleasant. I got unpleasant match every day. I mean, I'm unpleasant people are my friend. But it's just the truth when it come on to the academic part. The academic part. Yeah. It's just the truth. We implement. Welcome, Shavan, Pray to the building. Welcome, Shavan. Shavan, you hear me?
Yeah, yeah, you hear me?
Yeah, but yes, you freeze. Anyway, you hear now?
Better now?
Yeah, man, very better, very better, very. So we need to look at the root problem. The root problem of our grassroots football. The root problem is what? Coaching, right?
Yeah, not just coaching, in my opinion, still, but
All right, give me something else where a problem in your
in,
opinion.
infrastructure is one of them, of course.
When you say
Always.
infrastructure, what do you mean? Like what's the main problem with infrastructure? What's it mean?
All right, so the proper playing facility. You made a point saying that a player can learn to control a ball while on concrete.
Mm-hmm.
While that's true, but controlling and passing a ball isn't just that. When a player has the ability to control a ball while not having to look at the ball for the entire trajectory to him, he then has the ability to scan his environment to determine his next best pass. And a poor pitcher don't have that ability. You will never have that ability on a poor pitch. So in that regard, then you need to have proper facilities.
All
When a
right,
player go ahead.
all
Hold
right.
on, me
So
turn
all
off
right.
my camera. Cause me I run some other things at the same time. Probably
Oh,
that's
that's
why.
why that's why that itch. Oh, okay.
Yeah.
All right. So while I agree with what you're saying, there's ways how we can still fix the grassroots football players. You know what one of them is? No, we understand that we don't have what the facility. What can we do to bridge that gap? That's the next question. What can we do to bridge that gap? One
For
of my
me,
yes.
again, we need to some of the time that we spend because I don't think we take the infrastructure important here in Jamaica because
Mm-hmm,
even let's say the JFF, I think the JFF should set a particular standard.
mm-hmm,
If you want to play football, your fields must be at a particular level. You can't be
mm-hmm,
having even say kids playing on fields where there's so many rocks and gravel, so that even by them falling alone, that is
mm-hmm,
dangerous to them. And by FIFA's rule, kids are not supposed to be playing on those type of fields.
mm-hmm.
If someone was to really take a stand, majority of the clubs in Jamaica cannot play any form of club football because the fields are not good. So you put the kids' health at risk by playing them on that. So
Right.
so that's one thing I'd say. Like when you look at some Premier League clubs, they don't even have a tank at their field. Everybody keep on saying that it's drought is the reason why the fields keep deteriorating at a particular time. I mean, those can be fixed. You have a tank. You can get water. Water trucks can come and carry water to you. So I think it can be done, but I just don't think enough effort is being placed on it. And that's because the higher heads, I don't think they've put that particular criteria in place to say that if you want to play organized football in Jamaica, you need to have a proper playing facility. That's a minute, and I can assure you at that time, each club will then take effect. And then we can then go back to say, all right, then coaches, no, you have the proper playing facilities for your kids. No, big up. No, go ahead now and prepare the kids them properly. And when you look at a Barcelona, when you look at teams, not only Barcelona, if you look at even the US, the reason why some of those kids are more advanced than us, we play so slow in Jamaica because our fields, we have to play slow on our fields. When you pass a ball to someone in Jamaica, you have to ensure that you keep your eye on the ball until the ball reaches you, because at any given minute, the ball can hit a stone and then bounce over your leg. And those fields overseas, that's not an issue overseas. So it allows those persons to play faster, and then that's what beats us when we reach on the international stage.
All
So what do you
right,
say about that
put it,
now?
what am I gonna say about that now? I think we can bridge the gap. There going to be a gap based on our economical standpoint and what we can put in place in Jamaica. Realistically, we're not going to have say Anthony Spalding Sports Complex field that's supposed to can bridge a little of that speed of play a little bit. Say Mount Pleasant at their academy, they can bridge that gap a little bit. You understand me in terms of speed of play, because those surfaces are not at the A level, but at a B plus, B minus level that these players can. But when you look at these clubs, and you look at the clubs, you look at the players, they are not that they're not making any waves. What is the issue? Coaching. So we can't really put all the blame on field development. Look at Whisper. You know, it's not a coincidence why you get pick, because the handlers bridge the gap. We have to understand where we're at and find a solution. Yeah.
Yeah, but
All right.
remember, all right, but remember, you're not unseen. And even though, respect to Mr. Butler and everything, even
Mm-hmm.
though he always says that his players,
Mm-hmm.
he trains his players to train, to dribble on Mona's pitch before it was that good,
Mm-hmm.
before the work that he's done on it.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of times he still has to rent the facilities up at the Burial Center and even now Barbican facility.
Mm-hmm.
Because every good coach knows you need a proper field. No good
Right.
coach is going to tell you that
You
you,
only
you
can play
can.
one type of football on a certain field,
Exactly.
Bypass.
So the bad pitches, I hate here when persons say that, even Africans, even in Africa where they play on the dirt pitches, before those games are played, they have someone go and rake the fields so
Mm-hmm.
that there's no stones on the field.
Mm-hmm.
The pitches are level. There's no
Mm-hmm.
dirt. There's no stone on it. So even though it's a dirt field, the
Mm-hmm.
field is actually level, and you don't have to worry about the ball bouncing up, bouncing up, bouncing up, bouncing up, bouncing up. So persons need to just take a look into that and stop finding excuses. It's, for me, I think it's one of our biggest downfall, our facilities. Yeah, Dre, anyway, Dre. No, yeah, listen. Me there wish for your team get relegated, all because of the field.
It ain't
And that's
easy,
the only
Shabba,
reason
it
why
ain't easy,
the only reason why me don't want above you get relegated. And yesterday, when I just bust my bubble, come on, Moby if reach the playoff. And I know say your side give Moby the match there. Give Waterhouse the match
But
there.
one love there. Deflection goal to I say, Jay, on a
I know
sell
say
out.
I wanna give Waterhouse the
Jay
match
on a
there,
sell
Dre.
out. Jay on a collect money.
I'm not gonna lie, Dre, cause Moby
Jay,
deserve to go. Moby deserve to go over Waterhouse, cause
Jay, you
Waterhouse
sell
need.
out. You sell out the game, Jay. That's
Andre, underneath if you have a training facility different from a playing facility, brother. Stop up the look of pitting them at 3.5 camp on the same field. Cause that I go mash up back on the field. If you no do indeed I fix the field, brother. So me I go beat you for that, Dre. So
say,
until me see that, I want to
you know,
get relegated.
Shabba, say, I think if Moby went in that playoff, they would win the JPL.
I think them Mount Pleasant to the back it out.
Them that
Think
win,
that,
the quality and how they playing, bro. You know,
because
just
all right, everybody kept on saying if them so good, why them they wish for them they me say
they
Moby
started
it
poor.
started, it's not really say started poor, the team wasn't gelled. Remember,
No,
it's
most
as
of
it's
those players weren't there, from
exactly,
the
so the
first
team
part.
wasn't gelled.
And
The team had exactly.
and the quality that they came in really make a difference, like a Owen Garden, right?
John
A
knows.
Brian Brown and those players who came in and started to add statistics in terms of goal scoring and assists. So we have to look at that as well.
John, but I think the facilities, because even yesterday watching the Waterhouse game, I was disappointed in Waterhouse's. I mean, it has more grass than Harbour View, but the pitch quality, man, it's really. And I don't know, but to me, when you're watching football on TV,
Mhm.
if the pitch doesn't look, if the pitch doesn't have that look, it makes the game look uglier than it even is, to be honest.
All right.
So,
Look at St. George's College football field. What would
so
I rate St. George's College football field?
all right. So initially, I thought it was the best schoolboy feel in Jamaica until I
Mhm.
went into like the Manchesters and those
Mhm.
places. But I think what Georges has done over some time has been immaculate, has been exceptional because it's not just now. Because I remember when I was playing under 14, I remember playing Georges down at the field in our practice match,
Mhm.
and their field was that the field had that quality. So and though if anybody know downtown Kingston don't get the least amount of rain, and if Georges is able to actually keep their field in that pristine condition, then I don't see why persons clubs can't actually do it. So that's what I'm saying. I just know that the clubs can do it. It's just that because the clubs aren't pushed to do it, the clubs would rather put their resources elsewhere instead of on the pitch. And I think that's a bad motive going forward. So George's field is good.
Fix, fix, no cut you. Fixing a field is not that, what I say, hard enough for you to know what to do, It's the manpower you need and maybe some equipments and so on, right?
All right. So
Because
one
what
of the
people think
biggest
money, no, they think water is all about grass. No, what about
no
fertilizer? What about,
no fertilizer is not good for a football field actually.
yeah, man.
Fertilizer burn up a
You
football
know what
field.
fertilizer I'm talking about?
Natural fertilizer.
I'm talking the fertilizer that keeps the grass, color of the grass.
All right. So all right. So most persons don't know this. The color of the grass. Not most. So paint, dye the
Them
field
spray it,
most
yeah,
time.
and spray it.
Yeah, so the color of the grass sometimes they'll feel but what they do is that they keep the soil underneath it moist.
Moist. They plow they have a machine that come drive over there and juke it up, so.
Yeah,
Just juke it up, so.
so it's moisture is one of the
Juke it up,
biggest
so.
thing.
You understand me? So the machine just on it and, and then they place some grass, maybe they add more grass seed and areas that, getting damaged, add more grass seed and so on. Or they would,
Yeah,
use it. Yeah.
so what I'm saying that and one of the biggest issues that I see where a lot of clubs keep doing this as well, they keep using the weed whackers to cut their grass.
Madness.
Anybody that knows about field maintenance we know that is one of the biggest issues you can do, biggest
Crop out the
problems you
whole
can
root
have.
of the grass with the weed whacker.
And I've seen it on so many occasions, and I've told even persons that operate football fields, say, yo, you can't be using a weed whacker. The name of the name of the instrument alone tells you what it's supposed to cut. Weed.
Weed must be a
So
level.
it must be something, and then the grass blade as well, because based on the little knowledge that I've garnered,
Yes.
the grass blade itself, when you're cutting it, it has to be cut at a particular angle
Right.
so that the growth can continue. When you cut it and you cut it level, it damages it as well. So the blade of grass itself, it should not be cut at a level. The point of it should be cut at a level. So hence the reason why a lawnmower, the blade on the lawnmower, is turned at an angle also. So I mean, there's a lot to go with it, but I just think that's one of the biggest issues for me. That's just the infrastructure. It's something that we need to take take serious.
And I accept that, and I believe that we should develop these things, and we can put more emphasis on it if Arnett Gardens and Mount Pleasant can see it fit to fix their surfaces that they train on, and also to rest the A field that you play on. Other clubs can do it as well, especially the clubs in the country area where Jurian alone make feel pretty. All right, so you have a feeling that Instead. I don't know if you know that feel. Yuatan. You ever go Yuatan yet?
Yeah, I know the feel.
All right. See Yuatan feel, bro. See that the morning when you wake up, all them time and at time you wake up, the feel wet, you know, and no water turn on the field. You know. Wet, when I say wet, you know, grass. If you go up on the surface with your shoes, I gotta work. I'm sorry for you if you ever walk across the field. You have to go walk with your slippers and take it off.
Yeah,
You get
I
to
think
my
that's
spreading, but them
all
not
right.
take
So
care of the field same way.
all right, Jam PL fan. That is something that I've always wondered if that's the best
No, that's not the best.
option.
That's not the
No,
best.
kids for development, not to play games. Development.
For development, you can do it. Because,
Develop, not to play the games.
mm-hmm.
So like development itself, yes, I think as that's what a lot of European clubs do. Even though they have the fields, they actually have the kids practice more on the artificial turf,
Yes.
and they play those games, but not for senior level. I'm not saying it should be used for games itself, because we know about that development, and that because the burial center games should not be played up there. Practices at the youth level should be played there.
All right. So when we understand the infrastructure part now, we're gonna go back and we're gonna look back at some countries like Brazil and so on, right? Most of Brazil technical training or players improvement training, and most of their games, like I say, they focus on one v ones, and so it's on, you know, street. It's on the street.
Yeah, yeah.
It you know,
That's futsal. Futsal
right.
is what
And most
Brazil
of those
used to
players, like
develop.
if you look back at the Neymar's development, he plays a lot of futsal at young age, right?
No, every single Brazil. That's how Brazil developed. That's
Right.
how the players learn that close
Right.
touch, the technical
Right.
abilities. 'Cause
And when you look at the
yeah,
input, you look at the input of players outside of Brazil into mainstream football. You know, it's a large pool. Like, you know, the European clubs want Brazilian players. They just come and take them out. They produce those players like, you know, like agriculture in Jamaica, just producing the crops and sending them out into the. You understand me? So when you blame the infrastructure, I think the infrastructure is for assessment of the players, right? That will need that quality surface. But when it comes to the development of the player, the coaches, if they don't know what they are going to teach the players, or they have a limited level of what to teach, how the input is going to be, the product is going to be ready for the international market.
all right. So for me, you see, coaching.
Right.
I don't think coaching has much to do with not. I may be wrong, but don't beat me if I'm wrong. But you see, the coaching aspect, I think that's more for tactical reasons.
No, no,
That's
no.
that's
Watch me now.
that's
Watch me now. Watch me now. Watch me now. Break it down. So you have levels. We are at grassroots.
all right. All right. So all right, I go kind of stray away from the grassroots. Why me think one of our biggest issues with our football at even a senior level, right? When you go to us, even a JPL training, you see coaches still doing a passing drill.
Coach is what?
You see coaches still doing passing drills
What?
with senior players.
So
I
we
think I
so
think
we
that's wrong. 'Cause
why? Wait
if,
him
if
change
you're
level.
if you're at the age of 18 and you still have to be learning how to pass a ball, something wrong with that. My own.
No, 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 Jay. No, not Jay. No, no, Shaban. No, Shaban. So you're wrong. I'm gonna have to stop you there. All right. So more when you go back and look back at a game where in the warm-up session, Man City was doing the basics of under 14 of under 13 drill before they go into the game. And I was
Well,
shocked.
hold on. So you believe say Man City do that? Just you think so? That's the reason why they were doing it?
No, what
No, you
because
believe. Hold on. You believe that that's the reason why they do that?
no, you know what I believe? What I
Why?
believe? The simpler you put things will meet your objective, is the better for somebody to learn.
The reason why Man City do it, I forget the players them get the weight of the ball properly, and so that them can get warm. It has
No,
nothing.
no, no,
Brother,
no, no,
you
no.
you believe
No,
some
no,
Man
no.
City play? No, you believe some Man City players need to do a passing drill?
No,
Think about it.
it wasn't a passing drill. It
Exactly. So
wasn't a
that's what I'm
passing drill.
saying, unseen. If you're in a senior setup and you have to be throwing a ball to somebody and them a control the ball and them chest and a pass it back in a training session. Remember, this is training,
Hold
These
on.
are
So,
set.
So you
This
said
is
training
where
session. Come on,
exactly
curriculum.
that's what I'm
Training
saying.
session.
During
And
that
they're practicing to pass the ball to each other, right? And
passing the ball,
control.
you throw the ball in a man chest for a man control it.
So what is that?
Then
What is that? What is that? What type of training is that?
it is fundamental training.
It's that technical.
Yeah, that will be more well, yeah, more technical. Yeah, it's not tactical. That will be
All
technical
right. So let
training.
me ask you a question. So you don't think that senior players should do technical training?
If you're going to be doing that at a senior level and seeing there's something wrong, you should have mastered the
Remember,
simple
it's
basic.
something wrong. The biggest of clubs in the world do technical training before.
Unseen is
Let me tell you something.
tactical.
Hold on,
All
hold on,
right.
hold on, hold on. No, Shavan. I have to correct you. I'm going to teach you something now. And this is one of the things we want to do on one channel about coaching. That's why I believe. That's why I want everybody to have an idea. And this is the reason why we take up that journey. Trying to shift the things a little bit because people need to understand how to plan sessions and what are some of the things they need to put in the sessions when planning. If me go, I want one JPL session, right? And in them planning, them don't have technical warm up in them planning. Zero.
Technical.
Them
Hold
have
on. Technical warm up.
technical warm up.
Warm up. Yeah. Yeah. Warm up.
Technical warm up.
That's why you hear me say warm up.
Technical
Warm
warm
up
up.
is different. But when you're going through an entire training session,
Something
and
wrong. That's why Shavan, me not say you're wrong in a certain way, This how you factor
so
it
that's
into your session.
but unseen. But that's
So
what
hold
I'm
on.
telling you. Hold on, unseen. That's what I'm telling you.
No, you never break it, you never tell me which part of the
No,
activity.
I told you that I have
Which
gone to
activity?
training sessions and I've
Yes.
seen where coaches
What
are still
at
for
what
the
time you went to
entire
the training session?
for the entire training session. You see them do them jogging. You see them do some
Yes.
little basic something, but they're not doing any tactical work
All
for
right,
the
let me ask
entire
you a
training.
question. In that training session, that coach, the players were getting the objective from the passing.
Brother, I don't know, brother. Me just see man
All
them a
right, so
pass the
these are
ball.
the things. These are the things you have to ask yourself before you scrutinize. Yeah, because
No,
if
unseen. Hold
hold
on,
on,
hold
no?
on.
Hold on. If me go on session, right? Say if me go on session with Lionel, right? And when me do the passing patterns, I'm simplify it down, and it still not look good. Me now move on to nothing else until them get that correct.
So that's a thing unseen. So that's what I'm saying. No. I was at the training session for the entire training session.
Mm.
And for the entire training session, you see them have to do the simple basics. Player stand up in front of you, you pass the ball to him,
What
pass
is
back the
the
ball to
reason
him.
for these players to don't understand those basics? What is the issue? Not learning from a grassroots stage. That's why the grassroots need to be fixed.
So that's the reason why I say infrastructure
So
is
if you
one
go at the
thing.
top and see the problem, you can't fix it up and say, these players are going to be the generation that are going to be there, but you can't throw them away because you still have late bloomers. Now, let us focus on the grassroots um, kids now. What can we do to improve these players so when they reach up this level, we can do the technical drills, but we can move on in our planning, our session delivery to tactical. After we warm up with it, we can move on and not stick at one stage at the high level.
So
You understand what I mean?
all right, so this is where it would have segued for me now. Um Once at a particular level when a kid is able when a player is able, not gonna say a kid, when a player is able now to confidently control a ball. He sees the ball coming to him. He already
Mm-hmm.
knows where the ball is coming, so he doesn't have to look at the ball again. He knows how to set his foot and exactly. So you see, all at that time now, when the ball is always on his way to him, he can then look up and then have his next pass ready in his mind even before he receives the ball. So that's one of the biggest. That's one of the main things that allows teams.
That can be taught. Yeah, Shaban.
Yeah, that can be what. So,
That
but
no matter
that's
that can be taught.
that's a skill that
Right,
you learn over time.
right.
But
Speed
as
of
I'm
play.
saying, but
And speed of
if
play
you're
don't mean running the ball.
no speed of play, not nothing to do with running the ball. But as I say, if you're able to play fast, all right. There was a video. I think it was Douglas Louise last. Well, in the preseason for this season for this season's Aston Villa game, he wore a camera during a game, right?
Mm.
It was a real time camera and it showed you the actual speed at which the Premier League is played. And bro, I don't know if you've ever seen that video unseen. I don't know if anybody in the chat has ever seen that video. Bro, when you watch the Premier League on TV, it is slowed down. The Premier League on TV is slowed down because there's the speed at which that game was. Yeah, so D'Angelo was watching. The speed at which he was playing is not, bro. Hence the reason why when our players may go overseas, that's the reason why they may seem as though they look. Bro, it is not easy. Even before the pass reaches his feet, he has two, three men around him. So in theory, he
Can I
has to.
can I can
Alright,
I
go ahead.
can I can I say something? All right, so that's why I'm telling. That's why we have this conversation, because we have to look at the problem first before we have to look at the problem and find where the problem is. So it's W's. All right, when, where, why. Right, when, where, why. How we're gonna fix these things? Yes. Why it happen? Why these things happening? Because we don't have good. We're not fixing the coaches. The coaches information is not that high. The level of coaching is not high. Or the level of coaching is the IQ of coaching and the material is there, but we don't know how to deliver it to the players at a young level. Right? So look at this now. I ask you a question. If I do a survey now and look back at from 2018, right, to now, we are coaches are doing better in terms of fixing players. You know why I say that? I look on Whisper. I look on um Burkett, you look on Go, you look at these players. These players are being scouted by big clubs overseas. You look on Kaim Dixon, you look on Malachi Douglas. These players are being scouted by big players overseas. So the
Alright,
coaches are doing
alright,
a little bit better.
alright. So the thing with Burkitt now, even though I've been a bit disappointed in his growth over the past year or so, the thing that Burkitt did as a young kid, well, his father did. His
Mhm.
father ensured that his development didn't just happen while on training for his team. And
All
that's
right.
one of the biggest issues that I see with a lot of players in Jamaica. They
At
they
which
only
level? At which level? Come on.
the junior level.
All right.
They only seem to want to train when it's training time for their team or their clubs. Burkitt's dad didn't do that. Burkitt's dad ensured Burkitt's dad ensured that even outside of his team's training, he was still training. So hence the reason why he was seen as some form of height. He was seen as some form of he was above his level at that particular age group. That's the reason why Phoenix's players know they have an advantage over most other players in the island at some point, but no, a lot of clubs and schools now are following up with the academies and such. When you consistently do something over and over repetitively, it becomes the norm. So that's the
Right.
reason why I'm saying that you the players in Jamaica at a young age. I've seen it. I have seen it. I've seen it. I've seen a lot of highly potential players in my community, other communities, but they only train when it's time. So you see, once they go up against players, can remember, a player may be better. You might be better than a particular player skill wise.
But
But when
Chavan, even if you train with the coach, right, and you're going to your environment, you train. You can practice bad habits. So at the
practice,
end of the day, you need the right. So what the player should do is to ask the coach for a plan, a home training plan. So him can go by himself, or him can go to a next coach and teach him bad habits. So you see the problem there again. So instead of we try to fix it away there, we still shake it up. You might train, but you might train bad habits.
when you say train bad habits, what do you mean?
All right. So for example, when you play, if you play a lot of skimmage, when you go up on the big field, it look awful.
Yeah, I
Correct.
know that.
So some bad habits, bad, not turning the body in the right position to control the ball, locking your hips, you know.
Yeah, but remember,
Stuff
when I
like that.
said training, when I say training, I'm not talking about playing, playing. I'm talking about practicing exactly what you learned in training and you try to master it. All right. So for me, when I was younger and seeing whatever, whatever I would do with training for JC,
Mm-hmm.
I would go home. If I would do it for 2 hours at school for training,
Mm-hmm.
when I went home like on a Saturday or a Sunday, I would do it for 5 hours. Go out on the road and use my gate as a goal, and I'd use the little stones on the road. I use those as cones. Dribble through those. Take a shot at my gate. That's what I used to do. And you see, whenever I went on a football, when I went to play ball amongst my friends, not one of them could have touched me
Hmm.
because I literally went. And I'm not saying I was the greatest footballer. I wasn't. But because I consistently, so you see, when my friends were in their house laughing at me running up and down in the sun,
Mm.
when me go up on the football field now, them feel embarrassed because what I was consistently doing at home now, it helped me. It helped me go out and it improved my game. So that's one of the biggest issues. So it's not just coaching; it's about dedication. Because remember, a lot of these players get up. The professional players say that they didn't have a childhood because they sacrificed being a kid from a young age so that they can become a professional. Our Jamaican society and our culture itself doesn't really encourage that. They're having kids doing things that kids should not be doing. So the kids, their mindset is all over the place. So that's some
That's
of
why.
the
That's
issue.
why. That's why. That's why we are look on the factors, them, So we are layout one. Here's the infrastructure, right?
Infrastructure, the
Here's the
social
coaching.
culture.
What
Yeah.
else? Parenting.
Parenting is one as well.
So
And also
infrastructure.
on society.
Let me type it in here. So infrastructure, structure, right? Infrastructure, parenting. Yeah. Give me the next one. Facility. What else? Culture.
Yeah.
What else? And
Uh,
implementation of leagues.
so that would be
True?
administration. Let's put administration for that. That is something that I wanted. Well, I spoke to someone about that. In regards to the lack of, and when I say lack of games, I'm not just talking about games in the Jamaican context. Um, we need to have our kids playing more youth football outside of Jamaica. Even our most advanced kids, stop having our advanced kids playing against lower
It,
level competition.
want to get one joke, Want to get one joke. So, in a my competition in St. Catherine, not St. Catherine, in St. Anne, we have some players who are quality players who leave the system through the competition. However, the organizer wants to put in place a thing we are called special two special players for each team can come in and play once they have the age of under 13, right? So that
Mhm.
means a player who left the school and go to a high school and learn get a different educate improve his football knowledge and come back. So if him go Georges, I expect him to be good. If him go JC, expect him to come back with a lot of skills. No, what development aids the other players in the prep school system? Is that a good idea?
All right. So for me, unseen, I
Mm.
think I said to you already. I am not the greatest fan of mixing education too much with sports. I think it's two different entities because sport in itself is a different business, and I think mixing the two is
No,
one that's
it's a private competition, not school really. Not it's
oh.
not
So that's what I'm
it's
saying, yeah,
school
because
for
a lot
yeah.
of schools they will get up
But
and then
schools are
say,
in
hey,
it.
no, what I was saying, a lot of schools would say, hey, if you're not performing to a particular level, then you cannot play football.
Me hate that.
I hate it.
Me hate that, me hate that, me hate that, me hate that, me hate it.
That's
But it's just the world we live in. It's just the
no,
world we live in.
no, that doesn't
In
happen
the
in England.
school aspect. In the
It
school
doesn't
aspect,
happen. It doesn't happen in
good.
England. Doesn't happen in England actually at all because if you check it in England, school. You ever hear about a school in England that win them schoolboy competition before?
No, remember, you have to understand, Chevron, those places are different from Jamaica. Our dynamic structure is totally different. And the
No.
reason for that
Is
is the
why
culture.
that's what exactly. So that's what I'm saying.
Oh, you change the culture.
I am going to go into it and change it, and bring it forward. Guess why? Because it's one of our big unseen. I'm pretty sure that there's when you were growing up, there were kids in your school who were wicked players, but they couldn't play for the school because of them grades.
That's why them have an option now for go play club football.
But the club football isn't as pronounced, it isn't as announced, and then club
But
football only
but
play for
not
like what, two
but
2 months
no,
of the
no, me
year.
I'm gonna tell you, the argument for the people I'm arguing, right? And if you look on it, it have some merits to it because you don't play in school football because of your schoolwork. And if you do your schoolwork, it benefit you as a footballer if you do well same way. But not everybody's going to learn to be academic players, academic, yeah. And that's where I think the school should understand that hey, if this boy have a trajectory from primary school, say him now gonna learn these type of things, right? And him now gonna learn at a particular level. Make him do him love, and then you try to encourage him. Because you only can encourage him. Say, hey, if you're gonna become a football player, you have to learn these things. You have to try to learn these things. All right. Come as class, yeah. If you not pass, come a class. Don't depend on the outside of Eagle. Most of these players is not only because them not learn why them don't play for the school now. Me and you can attest to that. It's because them a get trouble and them a Eagle.
That's true. All right. So what we know so far, all right. So as I said, I don't have a problem with the school wanting to discuss education is important because when you do have a professional football, you need to have you need to have a
Right.
head on your body still. So I'm not saying that you shouldn't have education, right? But for me, when you see a child is trying, you got we are gonna tell a kid say you because again, not everybody is going to be made up for education, and then again, every single child in a classroom is different. So not every single child is going to learn the same way. So I believe that a child may have a particular skill set. And again, as I say, unseen, our economic structure is not the same as a Europe or wherever, where we can have a club system that actually works in a football aspect. We've noticed that the schoolboy football is our main driver towards development of our local players. Schoolboy football is. Right now the academies are taking an effect, but there aren't enough academies at the moment. So schoolboy football is still the leading one, right? So work with a child. Say to a child, hey, we will allow you to play football. We know your grades is not good right now, but we say you have the talent, so we will work with you. But what a lot of schools do is that they shun those players. Hey boy, you're a cruff. Go and move from here so we don't want you. That is the problem. So I think that's one of the biggest problems that we have with in Jamaica, to be honest. And I think that itself needs to be changed. Oh, unseen gone, if you realize.
Now come on. Go on,
Oh,
talk.
so I think there's something that needs to be done. There. So yeah, so that's what I was saying now. I think that needs to be done. Trying to find that balance. Exactly. Try to find the balance between help. Don't shun a child because he's not the most gifted in the classroom, and because not everybody is going to become a lawyer or a doctor. Just work with each child. A child is a sponge. If you start to shun a child from he's 13 and 14-year old, you're already setting him up to fail in life. You already are pushing him away to a life where he must say, yo, I have to go do other things other than because the school thing now work for me. Whereas if you encourage him from that young age, you say, yo, we're going to still work with you. We're not going to push you away out of the system. We're going to allow you to play ball. After school, you come train with us. Then we take you far. Yeah, that's how it's supposed to be done. The clubs should have that responsibility, but the clubs in Jamaica lazy. So the kids won't have the same level of expert, the same level of, there won't be the same level of commitment towards the kids at that age as a club would from the school. So the school them need to change that mindset. So what I'm seeing, up and forward back comes who have to jump off.
I'm here, man. I'm here, sir. I'm here.
Yeah, comes who have to jump off, you know.
No problem.
So as I mentioned still, it was an interesting topic we did have this
It is.
morning. As
It
I said,
is.
I always rate you for that because you always quick question from your view, which clubs are the best? For right now, it would have to be Mount Pleasant. I know Mobile is starting their
When I say
academy.
when I say club in terms of what? Implementation or quality output?
I must talk that's the topic we are talking about.
Implementation.
I think it would be Mount Pleasant, and I know Mobile is starting their academy system right now. Um, so I'm really looking forward. And I said I know the CEO of Mobile United. Not well to some extent. I worked overall. So Mount Pleasant is the best club in Jamaica overall for the past 2 or 3 years now.
Based on what Conga Cup ranking.
I wouldn't. Are they ranked the highest in CONCACAF
Yeah,
Jamaica?
them rank higher than Cavaliers. I think it's because of infrastructure, not merely
Yeah,
not quality output.
but yeah, I know Arnett Garden. I think Arnett has not lived up to what they. I think them last year. Not. I think them removing the coach last year. What name? Wanabeka
Greater Maker and
and Teagat.
Tegan. I
I
think
think.
that was an issue. What was an issue?
I think that really derailed Arnett Garden this season. I think the plan that they had last season was instrumental, but I'm not sure what happened with Arnett while they lost confidence.
You see this thing here. We focus on winning. Winning is the main objective. I think it's affecting our football as well at the grassroots level and at the senior level. You know, we should. I think one of the biggest issue our football now reach far is implementation. Right? Some of our handlers, the person who have the money, person who hire coaches and so on, them have be a problem. You know,
Yeah, and
that's
that's the
how
thing.
it.
But at the senior level, unseen if at the senior level, if somebody's investing money, them are going back a return.
Right, but return don't come overnight or same
Yeah, but
time. Nobody
yeah,
in this world rich broke today and just rich tomorrow without putting their work, putting some work.
true. But I mean, if
Right, I'm
somebody, but
wrong.
you're not wrong, but you can't tell somebody say yo don't expect.
No, that's why I said the choice of words is they don't understand the planning that needs to be put in place for you to get back your return. Or and if you really look at how them how them do them thing the plans that them put place and the things that them put in place so the coach can achieve it's totally wrong. All right, if you're a manager, if you own a club, Shavan, what the first thing you're supposed to do before you get a coach? What you gonna do? You own a club. Tell them what you're gonna do. You as a owner, you have your money. You're gonna put in place certain things. What are you gonna do? Tell me. What you
First
tell me?
thing I work on, the first thing I work on a tree field.
All right.
I'm
After you
sorry.
repair tree field, all right? More here to know. Tree field. Wait, next thing now.
The grass, me work on the youth football.
The youth football and what you're gonna put in place in the youth football. What are you gonna put in
I gotta have
place?
a make sure so me have a good youth, a good development coach.
Right. Right. What else?
Um, you need to have a good administration after that follows as well. You need to have a good team around you as well. And then
What are
one
some of
of
the
the most
knowledge that these persons should know? Team of
which
persons are put in place.
so one of the biggest. All right. So one thing like I said, I've not studied the administration running of a full football club. I'm just going off my hand here. But
Mm.
for one, I do believe that having a having a good you need to have a good sporting director at the club. That's for sure. Somebody to run the in and out of the club. Um, you need to have clubs, physios, all of those. So it's the whole entire backroom staff needs to be there.
Yo, if someone something you have to put in as a as a as a as a as
Yeah,
a
I know that.
as a
I
as
know
a,
it.
as a owner, bro. And
I
then
know it.
when you see the
Remember, the
coach,
owner of the club, and remember, most owners of football clubs, they don't really handle the day to day running. They pass that on to somebody. They just want to be the owner, and then pass it on to a sporting director. Cause even look at say City, I think there was only two. I think the coach of Man City, he has only ever watched two Man City games. Only two times he has ever watched a Man City game. The
mm,
owner of Man City, two times he have ever watched a Man City game live. That was the first game for City, and then I think it was the game that they won the Champions League, and it was broadcasted all over the world. Man City owner finally shows up to a game. Cause the man no business about that. Him no care about none. Him no care about running the club. He has people to do that for him.
mm-hmm,
And in a Jamaica, when we realize most of the owners them want to run the club.
mm-hmm. So
Them
this
no
is a issue now.
yeah, the owners them of the club want to run the club. And that's how it work, brother.
All right, go
Get
again.
people who have the expertise for run the
But
club.
we are find the problem them, so we can fix it. That's the important thing. The owners want to what? Run the clubs in Jamaica. The owners want to be on the bench coaching.
And that is a major
The
factor
owners
because
want to be in the changing room, making putting the starting 11.
exactly. Because again, it's because about them investments. Everybody
And
want
when
to
the
make
mistake happen, when the mistake happen, who them fire.
the coach.
So what we can do now to fix these type of things in Jamaica football?
The mindset of Jamaican football. Remember, it all actually stems from the administrative aspect of our football. Is what we grew and think is or what football should be. So that is the
Do you
problem.
think I may ask that question? Do you think these owners in Jamaica want a return from what they're doing?
I think they want a return more than they want anything else.
They want a return, but they're not putting the right things in place to get the return.
I think they all right. So my opinion, I think most of the owners, cause I wouldn't say this for Mount Pleasant because they've been running at a loss for the longest while now. So I
You,
don't think it's just the return for him. I think he
you
wants
think they're in at the last?
Mount Pleasant.
No, president, yeah.
I've gotten the inside knowledge that Mount Pleasant lose every single season. Every single season they lose. The only time I think the one of the biggest years for them was last year when Trevante got sold.
Mhm.
That was really helpful for them. But other than that, because their salary structure is crazy.
The highest in Jamaica.
Exactly. And
And in the
then they're not
Caribbean too.
getting those returns on a monthly basis.
No,
Because if you
maybe
have
they
to
might get 2 or 3 person pay a monthly basis.
exactly. So I know that the owner himself probably have to dig in and pocket to some extent.
Not really.
So
All right. When we say the club operate when I last, I don't know the ins and outs, but I know them have sponsor who give them money on a daily basis and a monthly
yeah,
basis.
but
Differently from the
I don't think that
PFJ.
covers everything.
And we know them have charity money collecting from England. Don't me know. So when we say them operate on a big loss, I kind of I not say them not. But what we can say is that they're not getting the returns on their money. But I wouldn't say they're operating at a loss, a big loss. They put that way, big loss. If you not get back, if you not get back your print, if you not get back profit for your money, that means you're not waiting. You're the businessman. If you not get profit for your money, it means that you're not get better, you're not improving.
Yeah, but as I say, I've heard it from good sources that
Mm-hmm.
Mount Pleasant is one of those clubs where the owner himself
Mm-hmm.
he's not watching that at the moment because he has a plan so that in the next 5 or so years
Mm-hmm.
he can then because he said that he's turning a blind eye to that now. He's putting in what he needs to put in, so that he can then. That's the reason why he has the academy. That's the reason why he would loan out all his players to a brownstone, so that he can stop purchasing players from clubs for exorbitant fees, and
Mm-hmm.
he can have his players coming through the academy. So,
Ah,
so
you
that's
see
why I'm
that?
saying. So that's what he's doing now. So he's turning a blind eye to some of the major losses that he's doing now, hoping that in the long run he benefits from it with his academy.
So
So when
you just say Cavaliers structure them smart, right?
Cavaliers, yeah, because they get the young players from a young age. They're not the ones really developing them. They
But
get them from a young age and then they sell them. So
yeah,
real and then their salary. I'm understanding that their salary is one of the lowest in the league as well.
yes,
So for Mister for Cavaliers, it's working for them. I have to give them credit for that.
smart,
It's smart, but
super
is
smart.
it? But is it? I mean, all right. So what's gonna happen one day if I? What's gonna happen one day if they aren't able to attract top players anymore? So
Who?
because they don't have that Cavaliers. So what's gonna? I remember if they don't have the resource, if they're not fully developing players from a youth level coming up,
No man, them
and
a
then
develop player from youth level, man.
yeah, but how many of those players actually make it up to the first team now?
No, they're developing youth players, man. Most of the players coming from under 13. Remember, say, man, they were the best under 13 team in under 13, yeah, under 13 team in the under 15 team in Kasafa the other day, you know.
Oh yeah, them did win, no? That's
And
right.
then and I think the under 13 go what semi-final.
I think Cavaliers went to the most finals last year.
Under 15 girls and so that means that their grassroots football, maybe the standard is not high, but in Jamaica context, they are doing well. But the standard for us is not that high. And that's what I mean. But at the end of the day, they are the better ones in the country when they come on to grassroots football. And it's not more pleasant. It's not more pleasant. It's just the hard facts.
Yeah, we know that month, but
So let we look back the main factor. The main factor is still coaching. As if the
mm,
players are not, if you give more pleasant a facility in a bridging, if the players are not learning, Shavan, the right thing to improve their individual self, the team. No, I'm not 18. I'm not 18. I'm not 18. So okay, all right, constructive criticism. Yo, we
unseen.
wish.
Sometimes,
we-
hold on, unseen. Keep on telling about this. Sometimes when you hear some certain comments, just slow it, dog. You know, if I
All right,
always follow certain things about hating, brother.
true.
Cause even sometimes when me I run joke, I joke me I reckon I'm not serious, but you always take it serious. Just low certain things alone, man. People, so I probably I say I laugh, man, I laugh with you.
Mr. Lee, I laugh off of me. Mr. Lee, big up yourself. Mr. Lee in the building. We're there do a education course right now, education video trying to educate and find the reason why, the powers that be can listen to us and meddle with and okay, no rest. Yeah, but for real though, you know why I'm aggressive because people will come on and say a comment and say I'm just mention a name and them say, oh, I saw him stay man. I'm just love you understand me, anybody name I call. Them I go say me
Yeah, because you,
so me have to correct it.
as a grimy them love say me thin skin, but your skin look like it thinner than mine, brother. Sometimes if you just slow it alone, bro. People don't mean it sometimes, dog.
But what may I say still, the coaching though, and all of them things we are talking about are different from infrastructure, which is very important. Yeah, coaching can make us produce more talent at a higher value. Yeah, if we fix that at grassroots level, we can tell you that. And don't feel to say as some big something we need to do. Um, Chavan, like some world class, some over the top thinking types of drills and some equipment like with the world top. You don't need all them there to fix it. The wall, your yard, bro. You see wall, your yard. In a Brazil, the wall of your yard is your best friend when you come on to football. Kick it
Yeah,
on the wall,
everybody know that.
control it on
But
both
everybody
sides.
know that.
You hear
When
me?
you
I
have a
said to you?
ball, when you have a ball in your yard, brother, you have the world at your hand,
Right. How much of us coaches know about these things or have the knowledge of these things to teach the young players? How much of how much coaching in Jamaica give players a routine to do at their home off season to do for technical development?
True.
You get what I say?
Mhm. All right, so this is why. All right, so I have some pertaining to this. You remember what I was saying earlier pertaining to doing work at your home? I don't think that is actually encouraged a lot in our, I call it now, in our environment, because again a lot of our, again may I go back to a comment that I heard Mr. Speed saying one time. He knows that his players, when they leave training, he has heard reports of his players undoing everything when them learn in a training when them go back home. I mean, if I say, remember you have report, and then he must say, him here say players gone drink, gone this, gone that, and I'm looking at it like, what? Why? So why the players them a do them thing there? And again, it's because of the culture, because it's socially popular for you to go home and drink liquor because you want to fit in with the crowd. And I think the other day, I think me and Grimy catch up with the same thing. Not catch up, but me and him they have a conversation about the same thing. You have a youth player that's still attending school. He's a player that I highly rate as well. He might attend school, but yet still him then late out at night and he might drink alcohol. And he might post it on him socials and it's like nothing wrong. So those are some things that needs to be addressed and seen.
You see it. But those things that you have to teach them things as a coach from the grassroots. So you teach
Yeah,
them the
but
indications, and you teach them the contra indications, bro. Life is always gonna have certain things that are always the right as bad and good. Choose. You want to reach at this area, but if you do these things, you're not gonna reach there. You're gonna stick here. You want to reach here, we have to do these things. So the bad things easier for the more than the good things.
yeah, the bad things are because remember, influences, drive you to do bad things,
I'm gonna tell you this. Life set up a way where people are gonna choose bad and people are gonna choose good. It's just where you fall or where you think you want to fall. Hold on there. Yeah, Shavan, so we forgot about part two though, because this one was to just brush on the surface of the problem. Next one we go in depth in coaching education. Yeah?
Yeah, man.
All right, so big up yourself, Shavan Pierre. We're running school. We have sports there. Whole heap of things to sort out in terms of sports at my workplace. And that's, I mean, very busy. Yes, that weekend, very busy again at coaching school, learning how to deliver sessions and so on. People, it's very important, and I want to teach the fans about that. And some of the time, coaches get beaten for some things that we don't have control over. Again, respect goes out to everybody, Mr. Lee, D'Angelo Anderson, all the persons that United who was here earlier, and all the new fans and new persons coming out to Unseen Sports. Remember to support us always. And if you're an influencer, please to teach everybody that fighting is not the way out. We can reason it out, we can talk it out, and we can just love it out. You understand me, people? I'm out. Unseen. One scene, always on the scene.